How's it going, my fellow geeklings? You are watching the Auburn Phoenix, and welcome back to another 5 Count Friday video. You may have watched the last video, or you may have watched a bunch of other videos from a different channel, or you have finally decided via some source that you are going to start wrestling training. Fantastic. That is the first step to starting your own journey. So here are some things to think about before you go to your first training session. So let's say, for example, you've done your research on the school, you found out how you're going to get there, and you've decided which class you're going to attend to. Trust me, those 3 things are very, very important, so make sure you've done them, please. These are things to think about in terms of clothing. Now, this is pro wrestling, guys. Especially in training, it's not a fashion statement, so please, please don't expect to go in there looking immaculate, because if you do, the amount of work you're going to be doing, you're not going to look immaculate at the end of it. So, the first thing I'm going to say is don't wear jeans for training. Please wear loose and comfortable clothing. So, wear a pair of shorts. Wear a tracksuit as long as you can move around in it. Make sure you have the proper footwear, because trust me, guys, when you get into training, you want to be as comfortable as possible, because you are going to be moving around a lot. You're going to be jumping around a lot. And don't wear t-shirts that you are thinking to yourself, oh, I'd like to wear that for a fancy occasion, or I want to wear this when I'm going to meet my friends. Because trust me, a lot of the time, your clothes will get ruined because of sweat, because of dirt from the ring. You're going to be working with other people, so chances are there may be tiny little rips in it, and trust me, that is going to happen. So just be cautious of what you wear. And like I said, you don't want to be going in looking immaculate because it's only training. Another thing to think about is appropriate footwear. What I'd suggest is, because you're just starting out, I wouldn't spend mega pounds or bucks on like custom boots or anything like that, because like it is just training. You want to find your feet, no pun intended. So as long as you have a decent pair of running shoes or a pair of trainers, then that's fine, just to get you started. But what I would suggest, at some point, invest in a pair of either amateur boxing boots or wrestling boots. Now, these are Lonsdale boxing boots with a higher ankle. I did have a pair in white, which the ankle only came up to here. Now, price range is probably up to 25 to 50 pounds. You can get these in Sports Direct, Soccer Sports, or any sports shop. At the end of the day, you're just going to be wearing these for training. They're made for training purposes. Now, the reason I changed my boots to Adidas Havocs, now these are actual wrestling boots, is because I lost a lot of weight and I dropped a size in feet, believe it or not. And I thought to myself, right, I'm going to get myself a pair of actual wrestling boots. And what's great about these ones is when you're eventually show ready, you will be able to use these. Have a look at Trace knee pads or AMA knee pads, for example. I myself have used Trace since I started pro wrestling, and believe it, they have saved my knees a lot. I have taken some pretty nasty bumps on my knees because of certain moves, but the knee pads have saved them. So, best purchase I have ever made. So make sure you invest in a pair of good knee pads. Elbow pads, I personally don't wear them, but that's all because of personal preference. Like, you may think to yourself you want to wear a pair of elbow pads because you want to be cautious. That's absolutely fine. Just make sure you invest in knee pads and elbow pads if you so wish. You can do it without knee pads, but that depends on how much you value your knees. Just remember to be comfortable and make sure you can move around in your sessions. You've been watching the Auburn Phoenix, and I shall see you next Friday for a 5 Count Friday. Ta-ra, guys, and enjoy your weekend.